line to bring you guys this footage.
这是来自四川的两位姐姐啊，一个是55岁，一个54岁啊，做的一个中下面部拉皮，还有一个是全脸拉皮啊，今天都是第5天了。
Man, come on, man, what is going on? They are somebody else's faces, and y'all know whose faces they see if you read the captions. It's crazy. Fellas in the comment section, if you had this house, what would you do with it? Would you trick it out into a cave, yeah, or something live? I'm talking about something live, because that's cool right there. I definitely would have a YouTube studio, music studio, and like they have a inside theater. Can't beat that.
Right now, something is not right with the meat, and it's been like this for a very long time now. Let's talk about ground beef and how it smells funny, how it looks funny. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only. Just think about all those times you went to the grocery store and picked up a pack of meat that didn't look normal. Yeah, because it's not meat. I think we are eating each other. A lot of people are getting sick from eating ground beef. They're getting cancer, high blood pressure, they are either breaking out. But what if that ground beef that we call ground beef is not really ground beef? And maybe that's why every time you eat meat, you get sick. Your stomach start hurting, you start getting dizzy. And let's talk about the graveyard. There's no more room for a new dead person. So a new person that dies, where is that body going to? Is it getting blended? Even when you cook ground beef, it has a weird smell to it. It has a bad odor. Almost as if a dead person got grinded into a grinder and it became meat. The graveyards are packed, and it's been like that for years. And people are dying every single day. So where are the bodies going?
Part of the actual
Hold up, man. That's just, hey, that's something to make you, make that light bulb go off in your head, make your mind wonder, something to think about. I know it. It's getting real wicked out here, man. It's, hey, just something to think about. Let me know what you think about that.
underground railroad.
The wire hangs down. Yeah. So
Wait,
there's a
I
pipe.
got chills. Like, oh my.
Yeah, there's a pipe.
gosh.
Yeah. You just turn that off.
The Underground Railroad. What y'all think about that?
All right, so y'all, I got called to this house. This is a 200-year-old house. This house was built in the 1800s. It has a whole cemetery. I'm back here in the barn. Y'all, tell me, hold on, let me just show y'all. Is this what the fuck I think it is, bruh? Is this what the hell I think it is?
Man, I would have set it on fire, man. Why would y'all keep that around? Not him, but y'all know who the people own that, like there's some type of museum or something, man. Come on, it really just a reminder to remind you what went on and who they really are, and that's messed up. What y'all think about that? Let me know in the comment section down below.
I've just seen this video about a reptilian in the Vatican, and I need to know the source of it, where the original user found it, if this is genuine. There's so many questions. Watch it, let me know your thoughts, the usual. What the fuck? What's going on?
Man, what's really going on out here, man? Y'all think that's CGI or what? That's all I want to know.
They're not just the rich.
Man, hold up. 2024, y'all. Let me know. How would you know if you was attending a reptilian party?
Family in the world, they're the sons and daughters of Lucifer, more or less the counterfeit of what Jesus Christ was when he was on the earth.
George took you and Roland to this mansion where people worshipped the demons.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like there? What kind of people were there?
They were all professionals, doctors, attorneys. See what they had? They had a praise session to the gods, which are in charge of legions of demon spirits.
When you get up into a higher level, you find out that the power rests with blood sacrifice.
Eyes wide shut.
What language did the original Mexicans speak? Why are you speaking Spanish? You're not Spain. You're not Spanish. Where did you get that name you have? Sanchez. Ramirez.
Pay attention.
Look at you. My name is Sergio Sanchez. And now you're an alien. That's terrible. That Americans can call Mexicans aliens. You know, we ought to be praising the Mexicans because we're living on land that was once theirs. San Diego. Brothers and sisters, it's sad that Mexico lost California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado. All of this was once Mexico. And through trickery, a war was started. See, this is a people that make war and blame the person they're making war on, and then take your land. That's a modus operandi all over the world. So look. Now Mexicans are here in San Diego. I think from what I heard, 30% of the population, and growing. A racist white supremacist must be going crazy, you know, because for the first time, Hispanic, black, and Asian babies outnumbered white babies. An ominous sign for the future. Now listen now. In the next 30 or 40 years, white people will be the minority in their own country that they took from the native people. That must be a terrible feeling. To know that in just a few short years, the majority is going to be the minority. And one man, one vote. So we become governor of every state. Well, we give them a few.
Hey man, what's real is real. This was they land, man. I'm from Tejas. I'm finna say Tejano. I meant Tejas, Texas. This was once theirs. This was they land, man. Come on, man. How we gonna build a wall and say they call them aliens now? It's messed up. It's just like what they did to us, and then they call us, you know, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It took the land and everything, man. Come on, man. It's messed up, man. It's a messed up system. Let me know what y'all think, though. Remember, don't fall for the boo-boo, man.
Y'all seen this yet? The Pope and all his dancers? Check this out.
Un circo di colori che arriva dritto ai cuori, è un tuffo dentro il mare dei tuoi sogni. Guarda, c'è un mondo da scoprire che ti saprà stupire, acrobati nel cielo sopra i sogni. Faune giocolieri sbuffi d'acqua intorno a te, l'amore di un sorriso che ti porta con sé.
Come on, Poe. Come on, man. Hey, I'm not Catholic, but man, y'all let me know if anybody out there that's Catholic that's watching this video. Is that allowed? I don't think so, though. Yeah, let me know what y'all think, though. It's crazy, man.
I'm not talking about post 1492. I'm talking about the original human beings that came to this part of the world, known as the Twa Mbuti, the Khoisan, the original first migration of human beings to come to this world were the people derogatorily called pygmies, and there's a very good chance that the populating of this country came through South America and probably Brazil and probably from Angola and south. They took what's called the Benguela Current in the early days. The short-statured people, the Khoisan, probably took the early currents and landed it up, and that current, the Benguela Current, takes you right into the mouth of the Amazon River. And that is where we find some of the oldest artifacts of African people on the American hemisphere.
A lot of people ain't gonna like
that. The only
that.
person to ever go missing from Vatican City was this young lady right here, Emanuela Orlandi. She went missing right outside Vatican City on her way home from a flute lesson that she went to 3 times a week, so it wasn't a different type of schedule or anything. After she went missing, several of her friends came forward to say that she had been followed by people from the Vatican. Pope John Paul II was in charge when this happened. He took a personal interest in this and made at least 8 public outcries for her safe return, or for someone to just come forward and tell them what was going on. Over the past 40 years, there have been several theories of what happened to this beautiful girl. But this is her brother meeting the new Pope Pius. When he met him, he made a very offhanded comment that your sister is in heaven. Why would he say that if we do not know where she's at, where her body's at, what happened to her? We have no clue. How does he know she's in heaven? Now, maybe he made this comment just to give the brother some comfort, bring him a sense of peace. But in 2012, there was a Vatican leak that happened. That's where some Vatican documents were stolen and they were leaked out to the public. In those documents, it proved that the Vatican had spent millions of dollars on Orlandi in London to keep her there. The Vatican has never made any public statement about the Vatican leaks or even addressed these documents involving Orlandi. But
I mean, just let me know what you think about that. Just let me know what you think for once. Let me know what you think about that. Down below.
You saw that documentary about the little girl that went missing from the Vatican?
No.
No?
No.
It's about a resident. You know, there's a small amount of residents that live in the Vatican walls in Vatican City. Her family was one of them. And this has got to be, I don't know, 30 years ago. She went missing. And the story is fucking wild. It's bananas.
What do they think happened?
Well, there's a bunch of different conspiracies. There's a bunch of different, like, there is kind of a somewhat clear-cut answer in it, but there's multiple points where even they go, I don't know. This may come from multiple avenues of this being a very well-coordinated thing, like a kidnapping, and it's crazy. There's a bunch of different theories, and as you watch it, they talk about multiple theories about, like, what it's like. But also, the crazy thing is, you'd think if you lived in the Vatican, you're living on, you know, high on the hog. No. These people were like commoner, lower class to lower middle class.
Man, do y'all believe that? How many of y'all out there have heard of that story? First off, like, come on, man. The Vatican, how could this happen? A kid? How could this happen? I'm talking in code for the ones who know. Y'all know how it happened. Come on, man.
She was remodeling her flat when she found this. A woman by the name Erin Cloudy was remodeling a 200-year-old Victorian flat she recently purchased when she finds this hidden door underneath her staircase. Curious to find potential storage space deeper down those stairs, she keeps pushing forward. At the end of those stairs, she finds an old tunnel system that seemingly stretches out for miles. And as she explores the halls of this forgotten monument, she finds the secret room with a bread oven, indicating that this might have been the kitchen area for this underground location. Erin explains that when purchasing this flat, there was no mention of any of this on the deed, nor by the realtor. Although having a secret lair underneath one's feet might be a haunting thought, Erin is somewhat happy for the extra space.
What would y'all do in that predicament? Would you go down there? I mean, I understand you want to go down there and find out what's down there, make sure ain't nothing down there that can harm you or no one down there that can harm you. But are you going down there out of curiosity? Me personally, yes, I'm going. I got to make sure. I got to make sure, man. For real, for real. Let me know what you gonna do. Man.
Did you know that the Underground Railroad also ran south to Mexico? When talking about the Underground Railroad, people often think about the networks of abolitionists who helped tens of thousands of enslaved people flee to northern states or Canada in search for freedom through safe houses and routes. Well, there was also an Underground Railroad that ran south to Mexico. Now, it wasn't as sophisticated or documented, and it was mainly fueled by poor Mexican laborers. Other conductors of the Underground Railroad that ran south were free black people, Native Americans, German immigrants, and other sympathetic white people. It is believed that between 5,000 to 10,000 enslaved people fled to Mexico after slavery was abolished there, which was a few decades before the United States would abolish it. Many fled through the help of conductors on foot, horse, or boat. It was easier for enslaved people in East Texas or Louisiana to seek refuge in Mexico. Many who fled to Mexico did not know any Spanish or knew very little. Some even changed their names to more common first names and last names in Mexico. For the most part, Mexicans accepted their new neighbors and many intermarried. The Mexican government welcomed runaway enslaved people and allowed for them to get land. It was not uncommon for enslavers to cross into Mexico.
Hey, is it me or does that look so much similar to the police officer's badge today? That's all I want to say. And no, it's not a coincidence. What do you think you are now? They said it ended, but really you go to job 9 to 5, you're a modern day what? Okay then, let's go. Yes, a slave.
To try and kidnap their once enslaved people back, but Mexicans were not afraid to defend their neighbors. In Matamoros, Tamaulipas, Mexico, there was a growing population of people who were once enslaved in the United States. Many of them became bricklayers, merchants, and carpenters. 2 people who were once enslaved by Sam Houston actually escaped to Matamoros. One of the people was named Esau, and he opened up a barbershop in Matamoros. The other person was this man, and his name was Tom Blue, and he became an officer in the Mexican Army.
I'll tell you what, y'all, that's interesting because I never knew that, man. Like I always say, man, you learn something new every day as long as you're gonna pay attention and you're coachable, man. You're able to learn something all the time.
She found this after living in the house for over 3 years. A woman named Julia was cleaning out her closet one day when she noticed her closet floor was slightly lifted off of one side, as if there's something laying there. But as she lifts the uneven floor up, she makes a horrifying discovery. She reveals stairs which lead to a secret dark room. After 3 years of living in that house, she had no idea this was even here. Afraid to go explore the room by herself, she leaves it be for another day. The following 3 nights, Julia would experience weird dreams and see things she can't explain. After contacting a medium, but having her scared away by whatever's down there, she decides to go in with a friend.
Well, here's the crawl space. You all asked for it.
Yo.
They find an old storage space and a jar full of strange trinkets that they believe may have been used for some sort of witchcraft. Could it be that Julia discovered a room with a dark past? Or is it just something else?
What y'all doing in that predicament? Once again, I must go see, man. But hey, if I see some strange things like that, or you know, the pentagrams, I'm definitely getting out of there. And I'm moving out instantly. I might leave everything there. To be honest, let me know what you gonna do.
Just Aquaman himself. I mean, just think about it. So he's part human, he's part not human. I think Aquaman in the mythology is his mom was the queen of Atlantis. So she had an affair with a man. They had a son who can swim under the water, breathe under the water, and talk to the fishes. And so obviously it comes to this mythical city,
Fishman.
Atlantis. But what's interesting, immediately it starts talking off about his son, and he says, we're different than everyone else.
Yeah, I love how it says, like, we're special. We're different than everyone. We are Nephilim, guys. We're Nephilim. That's what he is. That's what Aquaman is. It's very apparent. It's interesting that they were referring to, like, the bloodline lineages in this, because that also kind of has an equated component to being Nephilim-esque, you know, the bloodline that you came from.
So just right off the bat, you have these people who are human, but not quite. And then they're talking about the bloodlines. And then the villain in Aquaman series is Black Manta. They literally say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to basically take down Aquaman, even if it means making a deal with the devil.
With the devil.
And sure enough, all of a sudden, his eyes turn like bright, fiery green. And then they show a vision of this place that looks like a green version of hell, I guess.
Yeah,
and
green hell.
And if he's making a deal with the devil, I mean, this being looks just like the devil.
Free me from my prison, and all my power will be yours.
Isn't it interesting how, like, the mythologies of the devil, he has a pitchfork, and then it just so happens that Poseidon has the trident. Aquaman has the trident. I mean, is that a pitchfork? I mean, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Well, what I found very significant, other than the fact that obviously this being looks super evil, he looked like he had like a cone head or an elongated skull. Brian, did you notice that?
Yeah. And you know, he looks like Sauron. He looks like a green version of Saruman or Sauron. Yeah, Sauron. It's clearly alluding to the fact of making a deal with the devil to gain powers or abilities. It's like teaching people, hey, look, if you make deals with the devil, you will get abilities, which is what happens, by the way, guys. Like, for those that don't know, like, people make deals with Satan or demons to gain abilities. Like, that's why they do it. They're not just doing it because they hate God or they're mad at the world. They do it because they want something. They want power, they want ability, they want fame, they want money, they want fortune. That's what they're doing. And this movie is totally promoting that. It's like, hey, look, if you're not born special like Aquaman, who's a Nephilim, then you can become special like the other dude, Manta, who, guess what? You just got to make a deal with the devil, guys, and that's it. You make the deal and you get the special powers, and then you can be just like Aquaman.
Like I always say, man, they put it right in your faces, man, in the cartoons, the TV shows, in the movies. Don't fall for the boo-boo. He's showing you, man, Nephilim, half God or half angel, or half fallen angel, and half man, half human.
I like how you can zoom in and do like the 3D and look at the city and everything. But my issue is that when you zoom out and you go into outer space, this Earth that we live on turns into a cartoon. This is a cartoon now. Where is the real Earth? Oh, that's right. Space ain't a real place. That's why this camera doesn't go into outer space. In fact, I'm going to show you right now where these images come from.
It's not that they wouldn't use the magical floating satellites if they could. It's that they don't physically exist, nor does the globe. They have been sending these up one at a time since it all began. I will allow them to explain it.
It's also the genesis for NASA's newly developed super pressure balloon.
The reason for super pressure ballooning is they have absolutely stable altitude day night, and it doesn't matter how cold the atmosphere is. They are sealed.
So your shape is always the same, you always displace the same amount of air, and therefore you have the same amount of buoyancy all the time.
NASA's been using balloons for science research for over 30 years. The exploration that can be done on balloons is continuing to grow. The standard balloon that I fly is about 660 feet long when it's made.
So let me get this straight. It is now public knowledge that they send up satellites on massive helium-filled balloons. As you should know, NASA is the largest consumer of helium in the world, for obvious reasons. But the issue with society is that they never critically think. Just think for a second here. If these are sent up to provide the world with all of the important information we need, and I'm sure the entire process is expensive and difficult to accomplish, then please explain to me what in the flat world do these pathetic animations do for you? Do they make you happy inside? Are they so super duper cool that you cannot see past the obvious CGI? The fact of the matter is everything NASA sends up on a balloon simply hovers above our motionless Earth. That is why they rarely speak about orbiting satellites, and of course, they never show footage. Here is some footage of a random evening with a man, the moon, and his Nikon P900. Notice anything floating up there?
Forget it, Bart. It's so bright out you can't see anything in the sky except the Fox satellite.
And then every now and then these satellites come crashing down. They fall out of the sky with those helium balloons attached to them all over the world. But you don't hear about it because you likely get your information from mainstream media. And I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. The same people that own the news are the same people that are perpetuating this hoax, alright? If you want the truth, you got to find it yourself.
Boy, that's a good one. That's a good one. Are y'all flat earthers or are you round earthers? And if you're a flat earther, let me know why you think it's flat. And if you're a round earther, I want you to let me know why do you think it's round. Let me know down below in the comment section. Don't be scared to comment and leave your opinion. You know, just be nice to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Don't be talking crazy to everybody in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Going off. But y'all, that's the end of the video, man. Y'all enjoyed it, you liked it. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on your way out, especially if you're new to the channel. Hey, it's your boy Koozie. I'm out. Y'all take it easy.